Hello, everyone. Delphi Group here with the Tuesday market report that we put out. The markets just closed about 10 minutes ago. And every Tuesday, we put out this report kind of looking at the charts, try to forecast where the markets are going. And since we've been doing this, we've been over 90% accurate, which helps our community and our traders and helps you guys out there on our YouTube, following our YouTube channel. So let's just dive into it because there's some important things going on right now in the markets and in the indexes. What's happening, and this is very important and it cannot be ignored. We have official death crosses on the SPY and QQQs. What is the death cross? The death cross is when the 50-day, which is that red line, crosses the 200-day, which is the green line. Okay, you can see that right there. Okay, now this is not guaranteed that we're going to go lower, but you cannot ignore this because algorithms are tied to this, sell programs are tied to this. So there could be a very good chance that we start to head lower here on the indexes. I'll get to Thinkorswim in a minute, but you cannot ignore this. Okay, this is a big deal. This is the SPY, the Q, same thing. Okay. We see the death cross right there again. Okay, clear as day. So this is on the Qs. IWM already had its death cross a while back. So this is a great way to show you what could happen. Okay, back here, the IWM crossed. We can see the death cross right there. What happened afterwards? A complete dump, right? So this worked out well for us because we were short IWM, I'm sorry. Probably would have did well shorting IBM as well, but we shorted IWM here off of that, but also ahead of that on this pattern, which that target hit down here. We shorted this multiple times for our community, and they did extremely well on puts this whole year, basically. All right, so let's get to some things now. Before I get to Thinkorswim, we have to point this out because we're in the Delphi room here on Discord, and we are in our MO or Mo indicator channel. Okay, this is by far our best and favorite indicator for oversold or overbought market conditions, which lead to reversals or bounces. So what happened here recently, starting last week and today, which I'll get to, but looking at last week here on the 7th, and we talked about this, I believe on our UOA recap, but I want to show what happened here because I'm not too sure we showed exactly what happened on the 7th. Okay, you can see on the 7th, 7:41 a.m. Okay, we really want to remember that, 7:41 a.m. We were getting very oversold readings on the SPX, extreme oversold readings on the NDX, okay, and oversold readings on the Russell. So it was firing oversold readings, especially on the NDX extreme, right? 200 is oversold. It was printing minus 275. Okay, that's extreme oversold. Again, 7:41 a.m. Well, what happened at 7:41 a.m.? Okay, going back here, again, we are on the 7th, okay, April 7th. Look at 7:40 here, a.m. down here, and then look above at what happened. Okay, the indicator fired right here and nailed the bounce literally to the minute, and it was off to the races that day for a huge bounce. Okay, we remember what happened that day, and we absolutely crushed it for our community. So this indicator has been absolutely on fire. And again, if we go back, let me get out of here and let me go back to today. Okay, if I scroll down, look what happened today. This was pretty crazy again. April 15th, that's today. 8:18 a.m., remember that time. We started getting overbought readings on the indexes at 8:18 a.m. Okay, well, what happened at 8:18 a.m. Okay, this is the SPY minute chart, 1 minute chart. Okay, look here. Before I go and highlight this, let's look at 8:18 a.m., which was right here. Okay, so it was right after the indexes lost the moving averages. Again, this is the 1 minute chart, but this is 8:18 a.m. You can see below 8:18, right? Well, what happened at 8:18 when we got overbought readings on the indexes? The SPY dumped from 141 basically down to, 138. Okay, that's a huge move in 2 minutes. So again, the indicator absolutely nailed that overbought reading, and it was amazing because once we posted that, we bought some SPY 0DTE puts that came in the morning, and those went from 66 cents to $1.67, literally during this time. So again, the UOA channel with 0DTEs. That was pretty incredible with what happened with the Mo indicator in the community. So, all right, moving on. Let's look at the forecasts here. This is the SPY on the daily. We had a target last week here. We said we would go lower. We went lower, hit that target, and literally right at that target, the indexes bounced on the 9th. Okay, we remember what happened on the 9th. That was an absolute crazy day for us in the community, just booking hundreds and hundreds of % winning trades. So we hit that target, and then we bounced. So what's going on now? Well, we closed under the 20-day moving average. That is that turquoise line, okay? The 50-day is up here. And we've been talking about this in our community that there are multiple levels of resistance. And again, the 20 days resistance, the 50 days resistance, this line would be resistance, okay? So we are not out of the woods. There's an open gap there that will be resistance. So we do think that the theme, which has been sell the rips or the bounces, is not going away right now, okay? And something else you really need to pay attention to here on the CCI, okay? Look what happened here when the CCI got at the all-important zero line, okay? It pivoted lower and reversed strongly. What was going on up above? Okay, right here is we actually hit that target, and then we actually said we would reverse. So we have something similar going on right here. The SPY is at the 20-day moving average here and reversed from the zero line. We are back at the zero line, and we are back at the 20-day moving average with yesterday a bearish hammer. Today, that could be called a shooting star. As the markets are going up, the volume's going down. That is bearish. And again, we are at the zero line. So we could really possibly see same thing happen here. Now, it's not a guarantee, but regardless, I'm going lower. Okay. This doesn't look like a big move, but this line is roughly 5,525. That's about 12 points lower from here. So I am going to go lower on the SPY here, and this is where I'm going to go for the time being. Okay, I'm going to go lower. I'm not going to go all the way down to that support line, but it could happen. But that's where I'm going on the SPY now, to go lower. Okay, so even this forecast is roughly 530, so that's a good, that doesn't look like a big drop, but that is a good drop. So that's where I'm going on the SPY. Okay, Qs probably going to look similar here on the Qs. And something else I'm going to point out on the Qs in a minute. But again, what do we have here? We have the 50-day here. The Qs is above the 20-day, so that is a little different. And there is support right here. Okay, but because the volume is going down as the indexes are going up, and again, look where we're at here at the zero line, okay? So I'm going to go lower on the Qs. I'm going to go to that support level here. That's where I'm going to go. And if we lose that support level, watch out, because we could go back to retest the lows, which I really think we do have a good probability of doing. Okay, so it would not surprise me if we come back down here. So we'll have to see what happens. And also what we'll have to see is on the monthly chart. Now we're halfway through the month. But what I want to point out here is we do have a zero line cross on the Qs. The SPY is right there and the IWM has already crossed. So we have to watch this. You can see almost -7 there, okay? If we close the month under that zero line, it could mean 2 to 4 more months lower. Okay, so we have to watch this. And on the SPY, like I said, the IWM already happened. I'll get to the IWM now for the final forecast. And you can see here below on the monthly, the IWM happened here. And what happened, we already got a month lower. So we have to watch that. But on the, let me see, I think I can remove this. This was a forecast line. I'm going to leave that because I'm very curious to see if that happens. But do not pay attention to that here for our purposes. But again, same situation, okay? We got to bounce higher. Volume is fizzling out, okay? We're nearing the zero line again. So I am going to go lower on IWM. I'm going to go to this low here. I'm not going to go to the support at 180. But I am going to go down to like roughly 183-ish, okay, on the IWM. So that's where I'm going, lower on the IWM. So again, I'm going lower on the indexes, and then we'll have to see what happens. So that's it from us. Again, thank you for being here. Please like, follow, tell everybody who we are and what we're doing here. We're crushing it for our community. And we want to be able to help other people as well out there, other traders that might be struggling. So thanks for, again, being here, and we will see what the markets do until next week. Have a great day and good night.